Hi, welcome back to my Orchid and Plant Life, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. If you enjoy Sharry Babies, go ahead and give this video a like. Comment down below if you have any of the Sharry Babies. There's several different varieties. Also, I have a playlist that I will tag at the top towards the end of the video for you to go check out and kind of see the progression. But this is July's update on our Sharry Babies. So this is Sharry Baby number 3, and we're going to talk about this one last. Let me just move it out of the way for a second. So Sharry Baby number 2, let me move Mama out the way. So Sharry Baby number 2 is continuing to work on her growth here. She is finishing off this last leaf right here, and then she should start working on her bulb. And her roots are still looking rather well. They're not as extensive as I expected them to be. And of course, there might be more inside than there are showing on the outside, but she is in mainly bark with some moss. And then I did add this moss up here on the top just because the new growth here was producing some roots and they were drying out. So to encourage those to go in, I did put some moss on here, and I keep the moss fairly moist. I only spray it maybe once a day, twice if I think about it, but usually it's just once a day. Currently it stays about 45–50% humidity here in my living room. The ambient temperature is between 73–76, so it doesn't get too hot. It doesn't dry out too quickly. So hopefully maybe this one will bloom, but I doubt it because this is the strongest growth that she's grown since putting her in here. This is the largest of the divisions from the Mama over here. And speaking of Le Mama, let me just move this right here. So this is Mama Sharry Baby. So I actually have 2 growths on here. So we have this one here that is got another leaf right here coming out, if you can see. And then we've got this one here. Now last month, this one was looking like it was going to take over this one, but right now they're kind of in an even stance as far as growing. It'd be great if they both bloomed together. That would look so beautiful. And I understand that these spikes can grow 4 to 5 feet and bloom, so I may have to move her from the window at that time. Just depends on what happens, or maybe just turn her around. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, expecting these to spike. But last month she had quite a few roots. Well, this month, let me just show you. She's coming out of the pot, guys. She is going to eat this pot shortly. But like I said last month, she can eat this pot all she wants to until she absolutely grows out of this pot. I am not going to repot her again. This is the one that I repotted in my very first video. It is in the playlist. Warning, it's a horrible video, but it was my first one. And I think I've gotten better over time, but that is for you to decide. And she still does have that little itty bitty growth that she had initially that just hasn't done anything, and it probably won't at this point. But I am very happy with her progression for this month. I'm very happy with these roots. Those of you who've watched a lot of my videos know I am oh my gosh, I just love looking at roots. Roots, to me, the more roots, the healthier the plant. Because if they're healthy down here, then up here is a lot easier to take care of. So that is the status with our Mama. Now, let me move Mama out of the way. So you're probably wondering why I got this towel, or you're not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So this one. So this is the back bulb that had created this growth here and then stopped growing. You can see all the constantining. It didn't have the roots in it that it needed. So then it shot off this one. Well, this one here is growing roots on the top, but the roots keep drying out. Although I've been misting, and I did have moss on there, but then it started looking like it was rotting, so I moved the moss. And she is in cocoa husk. Now, last month, this was the only root that we could see. Well, this month, as you can see, there's another root right here. And I'm not happy with the setup, so I'm going to change it. Since I do have 3 of these, and I currently have a Phalaenopsis in Leca, I have a Dendrobium Phalaenopsis in Leca. I'm going to try an Oncidium type in Leca, and since I do have 3 of these, if this one fails and dies, won't be that big of a deal because I have the 2 others. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to repot this lady. So I'm going to pause it real quick, get everything set up, and then we'll get her repotted, and hopefully next month we'll have a better story to tell, because right now this story doesn't look like it's going to end well. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, I am back and had to do a wardrobe change. Spilt water all over myself, and so since I had to do that, I went ahead and unpotted and cleaned her up. So we do have this nice, lovely long root here, and we have this little shorter one that does have some branches on it. So we are going to put her in this little small pot here. Let me put some water in here and let's get her going. There we go. And let's see. There we go. All right. And let's get our wick floating just a wee bit. And I'll fast forward over this part, guys. And then we'll talk about this when we're done. All right, so I'm going to pour that out, and then I'm going to put some water in here that does have some CalMag in it, maybe a little bit of seaweed as well, just to kind of encourage that one root, well, the few roots that are in there to kind of be stronger. And then we'll check again next month, and hopefully next month we'll see something that we like. And then I went ahead and staked it as well so it wouldn't grow wanky. And then back here on the back I have larger Leca, so that this back bulb doesn't stay wet long. All right, so there is Sherry Baby number 3, all potted up in her new Leca setup. And like I said, I'll add some CalMag to the reservoir and let her sit in that. And I'll probably let her sit in that for a couple of days and then give her a good flush. And then CalMag again, a good flush, CalMag again with probably some seaweed and a flush. So I'll be flushing her more than likely every other day. So let me take those out. All right, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Any suggestions on what we can do to help this girl, and go ahead and put your predictions down there as well. Do you think we'll have roots in here next month, or do you think this is going to be a fail? But like I stated earlier, if I do lose this one, not really going to be too upset because I do have the other 2, which eventually I do want to put back into one pot, one just for space, but in a bigger pot obviously she's going to take up a little more space, but at least only one space instead of 2 big spaces. But yeah, I'd be interested to know if you think we're going to have roots down here, or if we are going to lose our little baby girl. All right, everyone be safe. Have a great rest of the day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you. And again, I appreciate you watching, and until the next one.